This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted joined by rising heavyweight talent Fabio Wardley. Fabio, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you? You all good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Obviously, some boxing talk to get into. I know you're about to rush off for training, so we'll try and keep it short and sweet. Let's start off. Last night, Joe Joyce returned to the ring, sixth round stoppage victory against Carlos Takam. Just first and foremost, your reaction to his performance and his win.
Yeah, good fight. Good fight to watch. Like I said in kind of interviews and stuff before, that they were both just going to go at it, stick it on each other. There wasn't really any kind of dull, boring points in the fight. They were always getting stuck into each other. It was good, but it probably wasn't Joe's best performance. But I think you're realising a bit of a trend with Joe as to when you see him, when I think when he feels comfortable in himself and he knows he's in with someone who's not really going to challenge him too much, I think he does kind of just go into that kind of just, I'm not really bothered about what's coming my way. I'm just going to power through you, and I know eventually I'll wear you down and wear through you. And I think you saw that last night. He is obviously always susceptible to getting hit quite a bit, but you saw that a bit more last night. He was getting caught repeatedly with the same shots and stuff. But I think it's just down to him not really being fussed about either Takam's power or just knowing that on the other end he's going to come through better.
Just touch on the power for me, Fabio. Some people were mentioning kind of they felt he was maybe getting caught a bit too easily, Jovices, and if he was up against, say, an Anthony Joshua or a more established top heavyweight, it might not be as easy for him just to stand there and take those punches. Did you agree with that? Do you feel like that could be the case?
Yeah, of course. I think the thing, like I say, it goes back to what I was saying, that I just think Joe wasn't really fussed about who he was in with. And he was willing to go through those things. And you've seen it in them situations where he's been in with those kind of lower level guys, that he's just not really interested about what's coming his way. But I think he's well schooled. He's been in the game long enough. He's been in boxing long enough to know that when he steps up to those high levels, obviously that can't fly. You can't do those type of things. Probably the only thing would be is to say you want to keep yourself in good habits of, regardless of who you're in with, is remembering obviously defense and avoiding punches and not taking them clean and thinking about kind of just your overall health and longevity of your career. But in those situations, Joe just doesn't seem to be too fast, which I think when he steps it up at the higher levels, I think he'll be a lot more kind of evasive.
The stoppage itself, it's been a little bit of a talking point. Some people thinking, was it premature? Was it the right decision? The majority do seem to think it was the right decision over social media. But just to get your thoughts on it, do you think it was right?
Overall, yeah, it was right. I can understand why people might think it's premature, because Takam never went down, he never took a knee or nothing, but he did. There was a good 20-odd punches that were just unanswered, that he was just taking on his head, and he was riding a few of them, and they weren't all hitting him completely clean, but you can't just stand there taking punches like that, especially after you've just been wobbled. You know the ref's going to pay extra attention to you now as well. So you need to show that you're obviously coming back with something. If you're not, the ref will do what he does and steps in.
With Joe now, we know that he's the number one contender for the WBO title and getting ready for kind of the AJ Usyk outcome. Just to get your thoughts, do you think he's ready for the winner of a Joshua Usyk or one of those top guys now?
Yeah, his experience will bring him through. He's like, as much as he hasn't been in the pro game that long, he's been in boxing for countless years, and he's come up with the likes of Joshua and Usyk. He's faced them in different, and Joshua in sparring all the time. And he's obviously had an actual ABA bout with Usyk. So he's come across these people. It's not unfamiliar territory for him. So I don't necessarily think it's about him being comfortable already with those. I think he is definitely. I think it's just about, he needs to, like I say, keep himself in good habits for when he does step up to those higher levels.
David Adeleye was also on the card last night, fourth round stoppage win versus Mladen Manev. Just get your thoughts on that. And once again, just kind of the stoppage itself, it was a bit of a weird one, more so because of Manev's reaction, whether it been like he thought he had a headbutt or something. Just, yeah, the entire situation around that.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. I'll be honest, I had that one on and off, so I didn't see everything about it. I did see the end, but it was weird. It just seemed like Manev just decided that he kind of wanted to cop out for a second, and then he actually decided no, and then unleashed like a flurry of punches and went a bit nuts. So it was an interesting one. But like, it is what it is. With those type of journeymen and things, you get those kind of moments with them where they almost kind of lull you in. If you're working through them, you're not really getting much back, and then they just kind of let off a good 5 or 6 punch combo and try and catch you unawares.
Did you see any improvements in Adeleye from the Sokolowski bout?
Not massively. I think he's still suffering from the same kind of issues that he found in himself in the Sokolowski fight. And honestly, I don't think Manev isn't the right person to kind of deal with those things and figure them out. You're not gonna learn too much from a Manev, really. You're not gonna get too much from that kind of fight. You're not gonna develop too much. You need someone that's going to give you a bit of something. And to his credit, Manev did a couple of times. But you need someone that's going to give you a bit more. I know Ben Davidson in the commentary kept going on about like a Kevin Johnson kind of fight, something like that. I still think the thing is with Kevin Johnson, he'll just tuck up. He won't really be interested. He won't give you much to work with, which isn't great, which isn't too helpful. He's a good, experienced guy. And the thing is, Kevin Johnson, if he wanted to turn it on, he could cause a lot, like David or just a lot of people, problems. So that's kind of a risky one to do, really. So, I think the Manev fight wasn't, like, it's good to get him kind of back on the track and get him back into the swing of things. But I think that what everyone wants to see is that Sokolowski rematch to really show that you've made those improvements and you've come good.
That's something I was going to ask you next. Do you think the right move next for David would be to have that Sokolowski rematch?
Yeah, definitely. I think if that was me, it's something I'd want to do. If I'd had a fight like that where it was so highly contested that I didn't even win, I'd want to settle. I'd want to settle that score. I'd want to kind of close people's mouths and shut down all the kind of doubters on me and do that properly. So that's what I'd want to do. If David does, if that's what they choose to do, I don't know. That's their own prerogative of what they want to do with his career. But I think it would be good for him to go again and put himself in that testing position, because Sokolowski is the right person for that. He's going to give you enough coming forward, coming at you, and also he's not just going to disappear as soon as you hit him with 1 or 2 hard shots.
And just quickly on yourself, Fabio, how preparations going for the Nick Webb bout? Good.
Yeah, everything's going good. Like I say, shooting off the training in a second, getting that Sunday work in. So yeah, it's not everything's running along. Not long to go now. What, we got 2 weeks or so. So last week of hard training coming up, and then we're there almost.
How excited are you to finally share the ring with him off the back of what's been a frustrating year for yourself, kind of wanting that fight, Fabio?
Yeah, no, I'm buzzing for it. This is, like I said, I've been asking for it. I've been asking for this for a long time, and finally I get what I want. So I'm happy about that, and I'm looking forward to the night and the event. Really getting back to fight camp as well. One of a few people that's able to say they fought there twice and come back around for the second go at it. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting back in the ring, getting back into fight week, and just the whole swing of things.
People are confident this one ends with inside the distance. Is there no other way you see this fight going?
No. There's no way this goes to points. None of my fights ever do, and that's not about to change now. So come August 7th, it's going to be the same deal, same situation. We're just going to get him out of there and enjoy my belt.
All right, Fabio, we'll leave it there now. I'll leave you to enjoy your drive up to Sheffield. I appreciate your time today. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Cheers, mate. No worries.